Hello there, welcome back to another draft video here with me, Marshall from Limited Resources. Hello, how are you? Thanks for joining me. Hope you're doing well. Let's open up a sweet mythic. Ooh, not a sweet mythic, but a good card. Reservoir Kraken's a powerful card. Comes down early enough to be relevant. That's kind of the main thing. If the opponent has the right board, they can certainly mitigate it, but the tax is heavy. The card's very difficult to kill with Ward 2 on a 4-drop, and then on top of it, if they do want to keep it out of the way, they got to start spitting out little fishies, and you need flyers or trample or unblockables to beat it. I mean, you can remove it as well if you have the appropriate removal, but like I said, it's difficult to do. Riveteer's Requisitioner, fine. Forge Boss, sure. Echo Inspector, yeah, okay, I like that one. Pretty weak pack overall, but the good news is there's a highlight, and it's Reservoir Kraken, and we're going to take it. What does this thing do again? Plus one for each counter on it? No. This thing is the sack guy. There's these two cards are both okay, especially the Echo Inspector. Ooh, but here's a Jewel Thief and a Civil Servant down here too. So I think as I break down this pack, I look at Jewel Thief, Echo Inspector, and then to a lesser extent, Civil Servant, and I'm going to take the Jewel Thief here. Jewel Thief looked amazing when we saw it, and then we played with it, and everybody said, this is amazing. And that's what the card is. There was a few cards that they printed early in the set, and it was like, what were they thinking? These cards are just insane. But we've had that happen before, where they've printed some cards at Common that just looked too good. And they were good. They were okay. They were solid. But they didn't even end up being the best commons in the set. And they sort of were mitigated by other factors in the set, like how fast the set was, or what colors were good, or that type of thing. That has not been the case, though. Like Jewel Thief and what's it called? The white 3-drop, Inspiring whatever. Those have been amazing. And I believe that they're two of the top 3 commons by rating as well. I'm going to take Elegant Entourage. Card's fine. Let's not get too excited. It is an uncommon in one of our colors, but this is not a bomb, but it is solid. Okay, pretty weak pack. There's a Racer's Ring, which puts us into a color trio that isn't supported here. There's Backstreet Bruiser as a playable 2-drop, though it's medium. Disdainful Stroke, also playable 2-drop, also medium. Both duels aren't currently lining up. There's one of my favorites, Glamorous Outlaw. I love this card. Rocco's okay too. I'm just going to take this thing. I'd like to try to stick to these two colors for now, and then we'll figure out if we can make Brokers go or whatever. Best green card? Well, there's only one. Best land? None of them really fit. Yeah, I don't know where we're going here. I've not figured it out yet. Let's put it that way. Lots of red cards, but that's actually par for the course. I could just take Witness Protection, or I could take Waterfront District and try to go in a non-supported color trio. Cards like Jewel Thief do help. But nah, let's just take the Witness Protection for now. Case the Joint, Disdainful Stroke are kind of our choices here. I'll go for Disdainful Stroke. Hmm. I guess I'll just take Glamorous Outlaw. This deck is not really coming together, but it's mainly just because I don't have any direction. Like, I don't know where I'm going here. We'll just try to scrap by on playables here until we get to the next pack and maybe get a little bit more of a direction. Okay. So let's see what we get here. Sanguine Spy, that's a pretty good card. There's also Syndicate Infiltrator. What else? Is there anything good in green? Freelance Muscle. Freelance Muscle's fine. I could put it in my deck. I think it's medium. Would I like to continue down this blue-black-green path and take Sanguine Spy or Syndicate Infiltrator? Probably not. I think I'll just take the uncommon here. There's an Endless Detour. That's a fine magic card. What else is there here? Tainted Indulgence. Does feel like I could be Sultai. But I'll take Endless Detour. I mean, this is the natural path for the deck, but as you can see, it's become very, very overdrafted, I would say. And so you don't see the cards that often all come together. All right, I'll take a Fairy Vandal here, though. Maybe I need to take Glittermonger and look at these black cards, or I could take Corrupt Court Official and just commit. Yeah, whatever. Fine. I guess that means we play this card? And now we get Metropolis Angel. I think I'll let that push off this decision. Metropolis Angel plus Endless Detour is much better than Corrupt Court Official plus Glamorous Outlaw and then maybe Rogue's Gallery. So even if it's not open, as long as we can get enough blue and green playables, we might be able to get a deck together that's not quite full brokers, but it's just, look, the crux of these things, of these decks is the white cards. That's what really brings the room together here, and we just don't have any. Right, we've got a couple of gold cards, but no, just like white 2-drops, and we haven't seen any. I mean, there's been like none. But I'll take another Metropolis Angel, and that's enough to bump me over here. Currently, I'm on no fixing, mostly blue-green with a little bit of white. That'll be fine. I do need to make playables, which could be a struggle, but we'll try. Sure. Getting a little awkward. Remember when white cards existed? There are just none here. 10 creatures already? Alright, whatever. We'll just go full blue control, double witness protection, double disdainful stroke, double backstreet bruiser. Taste it. People aren't going to be able to figure out how to beat me. And of course, the Syndicate Infiltrator came back, just tempting me back into the black side of things, but nah. Ship has sailed. Oh my god, so did the Tainted Indulgence. I'm supposed to be Sultai no fixing? Oh my god. Tough table. And a Snoopy Newsy too. Alright, whatever. Ugh. Just 3 gold cards in a row. I guess I need Ominous Parcel at this point. Well, it looks like we'll get to playables, but deck is awful. Just a true disaster. This is one of those how can we scrap it out type decks. Oh, fight rigging helps. And there's, of course, all the stuff that we've been hoping to open. The 2-drop, the fixer, and the really good card. Here's another great 2-drop, but yeah. I'm going to take fight rigging. That is a game changer. It also works very, very well in our deck, as it turns out. Extremely lucky to have opened that. I mean, remember, we've got double Backstreet Bruiser that actually, picks up these counters and then starts beating down. It's basically the perfect 2-drop for that card. I guess I'll take Bouncer's Beatdown here. Yeah, there's just not that many choices. Okay, I'm going to take Adjudicators. I could take Broker's Hideout, but I like Adjudicators here. I don't think that we can really prioritize the white 2-drops at this point. Like, we're just blue-green with a little bit of white, and I would definitely take some more blue and green 2-drops, but I don't think that we can make our mana work where we're happy to play a bunch of 2-drops in white at this point. Creature count 11. I guess we could use a little bit more. I do want to make sure that fight rigging always has a target. I already have one Case the Joint. I probably won't play a second, so I'll just take the Social Climber. And by the way, after that flurry of white cards in the pack that we opened in the following pack, now they're just gone again. I mean, it is just getting hammered. Not surprised this has happened, though. But this is really lucky. Fight rigging's excellent, and it can really help save bad decks like this that are just kind of a pile of creatures with some spells or whatever. And we might be able to actually kind of make it a thing. So that's pretty sweet. So I can take another Freelance Muscle. I could take this, which does offer a little bit of mana fixing, but it's a pretty bad card overall. Yeah, let's take another Freelance Muscle then. What's our curve look like? Oh yeah, totally fine. Curve's actually kind of low. We'll try to muscle some people out of this thing. I have not seen that happen, for what it's worth. Freelance Muscle has been interesting in that it is huge. It usually ends up being like a 7/7 when it attacks or whatever. But that never seems to be the determining factor on winning a game. All right. Let's take another Witness Protection. We'll just load up. Civic Gardener. Yes, please. It's actually... Civic Gardener is an okay pickup here. I do need some 3s or some 2s to put the counters on. And then I'll take a Pummeler to round out my curve. We hit playables, so that's good. It was a rough and tumble ride to get there. Oh, man, I didn't mention this either, but fight rigging Metropolis Angel's just insane too. Like, fight rigging, yeah. We got extremely lucky to open that up. I'll just take this card because I love it. All right, the other Case of Joint came back, and I think I'll probably end up running both. I don't know. Social Climber or Rakish Revelers. I'll just take this. I hate the card, so I don't think Social Climber is good at all. And I'll probably cut it, but I'm not going to play off fixing fixers here. So what's the strengths of this deck? Fight rigging, we got lucky. It's blue-green, so it's a 2-color deck with just a little bit of white. What's the weaknesses? Power level, fixing. So it's low power level, low consistency. Who's here for it? I'm not much of a salesman, am I? I can offer you not only low power level, but because I like you, I'm going to throw in low consistency as well. So you tell me when we have a deal. I want a decent amount of creatures, so I got to keep that going. Probably cut the dagger. Lots of card draw. Maybe it'll work. Is Ominous Parcel necessary? It feels like it. It's not a card that I like, but it can get like a second blue or a first white mana. And we don't have that much fixing with just basically the Adjudicators and like a Jewel Thief token or whatever, and then just kind of brutalizing our mana base here. No duels. No fixing lands in this set. I don't think it's ever happened to me. I mean, you've seen my drafts. I don't think I've ever ended up with just 0. I guess Rooftop Nuisance can go. I don't hate it in a deck like this, but the truth is if you get like Fight Rigging going, it's not about like short-term advantage cards that finish off the game. You will win. All right, I'll cut one of the Case the Joints. I wanted to run both, but it's probably not correct to do so. Oh, good. Somebody's alarm is going off. Maybe this is the magic gods telling me, like, your mana base sucks, red alert, but we'll find out. So what are our expectations for this deck? 3 wins? This is just one of those ones where it didn't come together. We never really found a path. Stuff was getting cut. The only color pair that seemed open was blue-black, and if I would have committed to Sultai somehow, maybe I could have made that work. I don't know. But tough spot. It's tough to make those type of situations work. All right, I'll just Fairy Vandal. I think it's more likely to get in. I mean, the Backstreet Bruiser's not going to get in at all, so of course it's more likely. Look at that, perfect mana. We are the champions. And then we got the Bruiser to block the Illuminator Virtuoso, which is quite nice. Oh my god. Well, we're going to lose this pretty badly if it keeps going like this. I can't seem to draw an extra card here, though. Otherwise, I'd be flying through my library. Freelance Muscle is actually big enough to tussle with the Duelist, so that's kind of a thing. All right. I'll trade it for a thing. Because I can use the Ominous Parcel to kill the Disciplined Duelist if I want. But my opponent's just kind of not doing much here. Oh, never mind, I lied. So should I play the Freelance Muscle? Now it only gets +1/+1, but that is actually big enough still to tussle with the Duelist. Otherwise, I could just kill it. Like, it does 4. They only have green. That's only +2/+2 on the combat trick, so I could just kill that thing. I think I'll just play Freelance Muscle. They don't have an attack into it, theoretically. And it cracks back really hard. And if they didn't have a way to save the Disciplined Duelist, I can do that later. All right, I guess I just flex my muscles here, as it were. Attack with an 8/8. Good luck with that. Guess I was supposed to attack with the Vandal, too. held it back to block the Virtuoso, but like, is that really something I need to be doing right now? No, right? I just get in for the extra point. At any rate, so now I have the Ominous Parcel to break up double blocks and stuff, so I think I can just kind of get frisky here. Oh, sweet. I didn't know that was going to stack like that. 12-12. What now? So what happens here? So this is 4, 5, 6, and then 7, 8, but I can just kill one? What if I just let it happen? So these two do 3 to it in first strike. Then regular happens. This dies, shield counter off, this dies, and this dies. Oh, sorry, this is actually on this. So this shield off, and then this dies. But I could also just kill the duelist and just keep this guy alive. I think I'm going to let these things happen. Because then I can play this thing and then pass, and like they're going to have a 2/2, and I have a removal spell available. And I took like no risk to do that. Okay, I'm just going to go for the dub here. Okay. There. So now they just have to chump block. And the shield counter's gone because of the damage from the thing, so they just don't have a board again. And they're going to run out quick draw dagger into an empty board. All right. Rhino Crush. I was able to kind of just overpower the board, kind of literally. I did attack for 20 with the rhinos that turn, right? That turn prior. That was dope. All right. Let's see if we can keep running it up. No green mana. Or on the draw. I have to mulligan, I think. My mana's so bad. All right. This is good, though. Go, Ominous Parcel, go. Do I have to keep the pummeler here? Probably. This time I'm likely to have to crack the Ominous Parcel, but I can play the Bruiser. Again? All right. I'll definitely just play the Bruiser then. So same situation as last time. I mean, different colors, but this thing. Ooh, and it just sits there. I like that. I do like that. Yeah, let's crack this. Grab a nearest and say go. And then I can play Jewel Thief and then the next turn Pummeler. So that's pretty good. And my opponent's missing lands. I like that too. Should I put that thing in witness protection? Nah. Seems unnecessary. It hasn't attacked in 2 turns. Oh, but there's a third color and a third land. And they're going to get in for 3 here and just get a card, I guess. Fair. I accept your generous offer. Ooh, Disdainful Stroke. That could be good. But here, I get to jam. And yeah, I'm going to feel no worries at all about just putting out maximum aggression. I need to press the advantage that I've gained by my opponent keeping their 2-lander and not hitting for a couple of turns. They've drawn out of it, but like now I have a Rocks Pummeler and I can like witness protection their 4-drop and then bash them. Sweet, I get a card out of the deal now too. The question is, should I witness protection? And the answer is, if they double block, then the Virtuoso knocks the shield counter off, but then I get to kill both things anyway, so that's absolutely fine. So the real question here is, do I want to witness protect the Plasma Jockey so that my Jewel Thief lives? The other option would be to play this and then leave up Disdainful Stroke for whatever my opponent wants to do and just leave the Jewel Thief back this turn and attack with the Pummeler and draw my card. I think I'll actually take that line now. Because they're really forced to just throw something in front here. Unfortunately, I don't get Trample out of the deal, but I'll live with that. So now I have Disdainful Stroke because they did hit their last 2 lands, so they're on 4, and they're certainly incentivized to cast something that costs full of mana here, so that'll work. And now I'm going to witness protect this thing so it can't trade off for either of these, and then bash. And then play the Gardener and hope they don't have a sweeper. And if they do, they win. But this is best of 1. And this is an opponent that stumbled on mana. It's had a very difficult time, and there's no reason to assume that they have a sweeper. Okay, can we kill them? Yeah, we can actually, right? 6, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, easy. Easy win. We didn't have the win on board because they had a chump. I mean, we did with our hand, but they could still chump block the 6-3. It didn't have trample anymore and take non-lethal. But if we play the adjudicators, they can't and they lose. All right, what do we got? Our trusty Ominous Parcel with our trusty Backstreet Bruiser. We have not seen the rare yet, but hopefully we'll draw it. So far, I haven't needed it, but this is a pretty easy keep. All of the witness protections. Backstreet's back. Let's see what happens. Of course, we're playing against brokers. Good if you can get it. All right, your move. I've drawn all lands so far. And unfortunately not a white source just yet. Phew. That's got to be one of the best draws. Hit our 4th land drop and just get to draw. Just draw 2 cards. That's very, very nice. To lose, I'm just going to connive. Whenever you discard 1 or more cards, exile 1 of them for your graveyard. All right, well, let's just do this. Oh god. Oh god. They're drawing a 5-drop and I'm drawing another land. They discarded a land. Okay, well, at least it's not the worst. So do I witness protection that, or do I parcel it? I guess I just protect it. Because then they don't get the card. I mean, it's just an island, but I assume that they don't get it. Because, like, it removes the death trigger. It's a lot of lands. Could 2-for-1 myself to get rid of the Chaldea Strong Arm. This is just sad. I'm staring down at 4 lands. And I thought I was feeling so good after I drew that card draw spell, and then it drew me 2 lands and then another land. My opponent's like, well, he's throwing away cards to get rid of my doofuses here. It must be so much action in hand, and it's like nothing. Looks like they're not doing much either, though, so I can deal with that. Shiada. Give this a shot. They've only got 3 mana. That actually worked. Okay. I don't know what's going on over there, but my job's easy. Draw lands and play them. It's not going to take much for my opponent to get over the hump here and beat me. That's 6 cards. In the end, they're all spells. And I have 0 of those. Oh, good, a 2-drop. Clock acquired. I'm just 11 short turns from victory. I have no idea what's going on in my opponent's hand. They're not playing lands, but they're not playing spells, and they have 5 mana over 3 colors. Like, what is happening? Right? They're going to cycle Rooftop Nuisance just to get another card, it looks like. So they're digging for action. They may have a bunch of tempo type plays. Maybe that's what's going on. Maybe just a bunch of expensive cards. Maybe nothing. Good God. Sending them in. Big fella coming through. So I'm halfway through my library, but I've drawn 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 lands. Sure. I don't really care. It's a freaking Civic Gardener. The problem is that bouncing this to get a 1-for-1 out of it doesn't work. Not the way I want it to, anyway. They just get to recast the what's it called and get me for value. Ugh. 13 of our 17 lands just crossed the halfway point on the deck. That's rough. Take it. I am so jealous of my opponent right now for having spells. This is unreal. How much more can I take? There's 3 lands left. There's 18 cards left in the deck. Like, what is going on here? All right. I can't take 3 a turn from that thing for very long, so I'll just have to send it packing. Sure. I have no responses. Oh my god. What are we up to? 15? 2 of my last 16 cards are lands. Now I just want to draw the rest of them. Like, we're losing this game, obviously, but like, we can go out with a fight, with a story or something. I mean, my God. Yeah. Yeah. Hell yeah. One more. Can we do it? Can we have 14 cards left that are all spells? Oh, man. I guess we'll just see what we draw since we're not dead this turn. Maybe I'll draw Planar Cleansing. Oh my God, my opponent's playing slow now too. Just say, okay, it's fine. You're winning, don't worry. Oh, man. We'll play one more land just to prove the point. All right. Just a 16 land draw. Oh my God. Let's try again. Still haven't seen the +1/+1 thing, but this is a fine draw. This gets to cast spells at some point during the course of the game. Where's my Kraken? Like, where are my 2 rares? Like, that's the question. Like, come on. We need those. Probably going to crack the parcel here either way. I am planning on using up my mana for the next few turns, but I want to hit land drops on my way to the Rhino fight. I think I'm just going to get white, but blue is a consideration because I do need double blue for the thing, but this will be fine. Sawjack's a good blocker for the backup agent. Suspicious bookcase has been called? Okay. Go ahead. We'll get... Next 2 turns are going to be big. Freelance Muscle into Rock's Pummeler. That's a lot of power to put on the battlefield, especially if I play this first and then attack. That's a 10-10. Okay, I think I just kill that. Just because that card can kind of get out of hand, and this is a good opening for me to kill it. Rhino power. Not too worried about Suspicious Bookcase when I've got Freelance Muscle at the ready. Rhinos are sweet. Rhino Soldier, Rhino Warrior. Why is this one a soldier? This guy's bigger than this guy, although temporarily. Would you rather be a soldier or a warrior? Oh, man. Grella, huh? Ooh, witness protection's kind of fun. All right, well, let's just do this. Not attack. Let's get frisky. I think I'll just be okay with that. I'm going to disdainful stroke this, though. Do not need my opponent drawing a bunch of cards here. I can kill the bookcase with witness protection if it has damage on it like that, but I don't think it's quite worth it. All right, I'm going to keep coming in here with the Rocks Pummeler. It's a big kid. This is fine, I guess. I have the answer for the Shattered Seraph already here with High Rise Sawjack, so that's a thing. I have a 1/1 now? That's less cool. They're going to make it unblockable. That would be fine. I'll just witness protect the Shattered Seraph at some point here. I will throw away a creature to get my... Actually, this doesn't actually work the way I want, right? This just gets the Grell off the battlefield? Interesting. Oh, no, it does work the way I want. Okay, yeah, I am confused about how that actually plays out, but at any rate, I get Freelance Muscle back, and I am happy about it. I do need to find an answer for the Shattered Seraph here at some point, though, because they put the counter on it. But I get to smash back for 6 minimum here. That's pretty good, too. Let's see what they got. This is a big one. Nothing? Okay, that actually makes sense to play now because it makes this thing 7. And I just attack with it. It's a big hitter. Gonna chump. And chump with the bookcase. All right, and they're just gonna end up drawing a card here with the Waterfront District, but they got to find some action here for the freelance muscle. The Backstreet Bruiser is also like threatening to attack, so ooh, that was a good draw. All right, I better chump block. The expendable lackey's going to buy them a lot of time against freelance muscle, so I need to start planning ahead here. I can't die in 2 turns from that. But if I can find any interaction here for the Seraph, I could be in very good shape. But if not, I'm dead. So there's that. Ooh, and I did find some interaction. Battle. Jump with the fish. And give this Seraph the business. Whew, that was a nice top deck. Thank you, deck, for being so kind to me. Unlike before. Oh man, Obscure Initiate's a good draw, though. It's a little 2-turn clock here. Ooh, Fairy Vandal's not bad. I can't trigger it right now, but I could at least chump block with it. All right. The muscly boy's coming in. You want to put your whole team in front of him? No! Ugh! How did they draw that? Oh, that's unlucky. Mm-hmm. I need a card draw spell here. I could have either of the 3/1 flyers. Yes, that's the one. This is a great top deck because this is a blocker for the Initiate, and I can attack with the legitimate business person here and get a trigger on the Vandal and draw a card. So that's the business. Okay, I don't think I care about that really, but I could connive into something good. But I'm leaving back the Vandal here. Wow, okay. Well, they had plenty of blockers for that, so that didn't really matter. Whew, Metropolis Angel. Good to see ya. Now the Vandal triggers the Angel with triggers the Vandal, right? Ooh, they sacked too? Oh man, they're going for it. That was a 2/2 that they just sacked. That was a lethal creature that they just sacked. They are definitely going for it. I can appreciate that. And I think they have a good chance of winning here too. They've got me so low. I'm in a very precarious situation. Mm-hmm. Okay. So I go to 1 here, but I have a blocker. All right. Bold attack. Oh, hello, friend. I will just cast this. And I will not attack with it. If they have removal, I just lose on the spot, and I'm only getting in for 1. I will attack with it for 5 for this thing, but not just for the 1. Like, I don't mind chump blocking because I got to get something rolling here. And that's GG anyway. Fun game, fun game. Okay. Pretty good hand for this deck. Although drawing rares, like we did put them in the deck, right? Like just to be clear, that that was a thing that I did. Like if I go look at my list, I will see the Kraken and the counters thing. Because you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know by the games. We're in just like full scrap mode every time. Cabaret Initiate? Really? Okay. Go ahead. It's a good hand, though. I'm not complaining about this hand, I'll tell you that. Bruiser. And then a Thief. Oh, there's a Thief for them, though. I think for this turn, I'm just going to pass. Because if they go like land 5-drop and I Disdainful Stroke, I'm really happy with that outcome. And I'm stable on board. Like they can't get through with the Initiate and I can block the Bruiser on the Thief and just trade, no problem. And then I have the backup plan of just doing Spars Adjudicators if I have to. Snapping off the block. I accept. So do you have a 5-drop or a 4-drop? I just want to see this piece of treasure just disappear. No? Okay. That is fine. I still have things to do, and they just didn't do anything with their turn, so I'm pretty happy with that outcome as well. And now I can play Jewel Thief and then leave up Disdainful Stroke still as well. See? That worked out pretty nice. Okay. It is held for ransom. You gonna pop a treasure to do a damage to me? Be pretty aggressive. Okay. So it's obvious that they don't have like a 4 or 5 that they're just dying to get on the board. Now they could always draw one or whatever. So I could leave that, or I could just Spars Adjudicators and just sort of have a better board presence and then set up. Now the downside, the upside play here, or I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I could just pass, and that lets me have access to Stroke plus Case the Joint. Where if I play Adjudicators, I'm kind of like Adjudicators go, but I do get a 4/4 on the battlefield and I'm not taking any damage. That said, I think this is actually a spot where I'm going to be patient, where I'd rather just use up all my mana, potentially, maybe get value from Disdainful Stroke. I don't think anything terrible can happen here. Like, they just don't have enough mana to make the Cabaret Initiate some, like, dominating. Yeah, like, come on. Even if they play a combat trick here, it's kind of like, whatever. All right, so they just did nothing. So that worked out perfectly because now I get to Case the Joint. See what they're getting, draw a bunch of cards, another Witness Protection. I'm getting a Bruiser, they're getting a Duelist. They actually can cast it, unfortunately, because of the treasure. But I got stuff. So yes, I think I will just Adjudicate here. And just pass. The Backstreet Bruiser isn't going to do anything in between anyway. So I'm just going to assume they're going to play the Disciplined Duelist, sack the treasure, and just get that guy down on the battlefield. I don't know. Probably just end up putting in Witness Protection. So I can start bashing with this Adjudicator. Hmm? What did I miss here? Pump this guy? Okay. But I don't know. I feel like that still worked out for me. I'm going to play the parcel and I'll pass. It's only a 1/1 that can hit me, and the ominous parcel I can actually activate here if they play a creature worth killing. Of course, Disdainful Stroke's a thing, and I'm going to free up the Jewel Thief here pretty soon too, so I'm not going to do it now. I can't do it now, but it is on my list. A Broker's Initiate. Wow, Oppo's really bringing the heat here. I think I'm actually going to kill that, though, just because it does get big and because I want my thief to be able to attack if I relieve it of its duties, which is what I'm going to do. And I'm still going to leave up Disdainful Stroke. Uh-oh. Value Police heard what was going on here. And there we go. We got there. Darling, please. I know this would have witness protected it, but still. What? Don't do that. Ooh, wow, that's got to be one of the better draws in our deck. Just something huge to cast. Go ahead. Okay. Go Jewel Thief, go, I guess. Kind of out of gas now. I do have witness protection for, like, that guy. And here comes the lands. Uh-oh. What are we at, 10 lands already? That's not insane. It's not really where you want to be. Oh God, not like this. Don't do this to me. Jewel Thief for the triple block? They may. I actually think that they shouldn't do this, but that's fine. It is not my choice. It is theirs. If they have a Rafine's Informant, there's a decent chance that they can make that thing into a 3/3, and that just trades straight up for the guy, and they can leave the rest of the board. But here they can't. This is going to be a 2/1 though, I guess, because there's like they don't want to discard spells at this point. Oh, it's Fight Rigging, my old friend. And there's a Reservoir Kraken. All right, can't attack yet. Not yet. But soon. Taste it. Wow, just straight up chumping? Okay. Storefront back up to 12. That does not change the clock because I'll have 6 and then 7. So that does not change things, really. They're still just needing to... Ooh. Power 7 or greater. Let's just throw it on. Backstreet Bruiser Beatdown. Just like we drew it up. And this thing attacks for a 11/11 or something like that. Whoa, what is this nonsense? Oh yeah, this guy. Okay. Too small. I'm going to get the Kraken for free too. But if they don't have anything from here, then it's just over. But they have one card. They can look at the top. They can remove a counter from this to look at the top. I have so much mana, I think I can just draw my card. And it's, of course, a stupid land. This does seem worth it to go for the... I wonder if I should do that actually in a second. Let's do this first. Because they kind of need to send this thing packing if they have an answer. So this is going to do at least 6 damage to the Rafine's Informant. And then I have 2 lethal attackers plus a Kraken. Okay, but they have Swooping Protector off the top, literally off the top of the library, meaning they cast it with a shield counter. But this is still like big. Oh, they just took it anyway. They could have doubled. Like, none of these have trample, but yeah. Somehow found a victory. I like rare finds other rare after I whined about not drawing my rares enough. All right, we got to 3 wins so far. If I get to 4, I'm happy. Like, I'm not going to lie. This is a type of deck that I'm like, yikes, you know. 3 was kind of the expectation, I think. Like, I could probably scrap out 3 wins with this, like, maybe. But 4 is like, we almost get all our gems back. Like, what more could I possibly want out of life than my gems back? Ominous Parcel. Bad. Maestro's Theater. Scary. At least we have Case the Joint. Ooh, but we just drew Jewel Thief, our best card for this position. And I think I can hold on to the parcel to actually kill something too, because I'm curving out just fine here. Let's see what happens here. Just going to attack. Psionic Snoop to block, but they do have to discard a spell if they want to soak up the Jewel Thief hits here. Which they did, but it was expendable lackey, so that's a little bit of value. Okay, but now that the way is free, Rhino Assault. It hits hard. I mean, it's very answerable, but it does, you know, it currently attacks for 7. It'll actually attack for 8 if it's able to. Corpse Appraiser. I know they're going to have to eat their own lackey to get the card, but it is worth it, and they do so. Also, I like this combo. Like, if I can give the Freelance Muscle trample, well, that's serious. That's a totally different thing. No great blocks here, but again, a somewhat fragile board, but that was a nice hit, down to 13. And my cards don't really ask much of me here, right? So that's pretty good. Cormella, okay. Can't cast Murder off that currently. Metropolis Angel is a fine magic card and probably something I should play here. I'll just go big here. Maybe they've got a bounce spell? Oh, they can play Maestro's Charm. That works. Do I want to trade this thing off? Trade it off for Corpse Appraiser? Yeah, I kind of actually don't hate the idea. Alright. Well, that backfired horrendously. The other line would be to give Jewel Thief the +1/+1 to make some type of trade there. Okay. Nuisance to lock down my board. Yeah, so this is going to be kind of me having to reset now. Because they're going to keep up on a bunch of cards and keep their life total high, and then I get to case the joint to try to find more action, basically. They probably have Disdainful Stroke as well. Sure. If I case the joint into a land, I can still play the Sawjack. I'm drawing Gardener, they're drawing Forge Boss. Okay. Not in love with that. Here's High Rise Sawjack. They discarded a white card? What is going on here? Oh god, they just have bad mana. Okay. I see. I think they'd like to have Strangle here. Oh, they're digging around in their graveyard? What's that about? For 2 mana, I don't think there's much to worry about there. Oh, never mind. They have 2 4 toughness creatures. So it works out absolutely perfectly for them. And it's basically devastating for us. So GG. And we could get lucky here. We've got some rares and stuff, but now we just have to like top deck like champions to get out of this. I mean, they got it straight up 3 for 1. Like, that's going to be tough to beat. I think we have no wiggle room here. Like, we have to draw all spells, and then they have to be in like the top half of spell power level. Like, that's asking a heck of a lot. Whew. That counts. They have Maestro's Charm, but that doesn't actually kill the Kraken. So let's see what kind of game they want to play here. I guess the kind where I get to smash with a 6/6 Trampler. They're going to block with the Witness, then Maestro's Charm it to finish it off. Block with Cormella and do the same. Okay. Not much I can do there. That should just about do it. They are down to 10 cards and they've only produced 2 power here, so I have something going, but I guess they're going to try to just kill me with Getaway Car. Okay, well, Bruiser trades for the car. So I guess I can't complain. They're down to 9 cards in library. That's plenty, though. Yeah, looks like they can just tempo me out here. And the bricks. This is what I meant when I said, like, I need to draw the top, like all spells top half. Like I drew a land last turn and then I drew Disdainful Stroke, which is not top half. So should be enough for Z game. Wow, they are churning through that library though, down to 6. But I don't think there's really any risk here. And that's actually lethal. So good game. All right, so we ended up getting to 3 wins, which is what I predicted. And I am not surprised. That was a very tough seat and a tough draft where we never really got our feet under us. Ran a little bad in the games as well. Like we could have gotten to 4 wins with a little bit more run good. But I mean, I don't know. You can say that a lot. Getting 3 wins just get us 2/3 of our buy-in back. So I can accept that considering how badly the draft part went. All right, that's going to do it for this one. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. If you want to support what I'm doing here on the podcast, that kind of stuff, it's patreon.com/limited resources. There's a link in the description. Otherwise, thanks for hanging out. See you tomorrow.